Hello friends, welcome to the lecture number 24 of Power Electronics in the Electrical is Easy channel. So in the previous video we have been seeing about the reverse recovery characteristics of the diode. So today will be a continuation of the previous video. So before we go for any more concepts, let us just go through a small recap which we have been seeing for a long time, right? So this is a diode in an unbiased condition. So it will have a depletion layer of thickness of 5 naught. And now here what you can see, here you are having the number of holes, right? This is the number of holes in the P side region, this is the number of holes in the N side region. Now if you see here that I have drawn the forward bias condition, right? So from unbiased condition, you are applying a voltage so that the diode is in the forward bias condition. See, so when the forward bias condition exists, what happens? The depletion width decreases to 5 naught minus 5. So if you see the circuit here, so what we are doing, from the unbiased condition, you are applying a forward voltage, right? Where the anode is positive with respect to cathode. So this is the anode here, this is the cathode here. The anode is positive with respect to the cathode. So you are applying a voltage something like this. Okay, so you are applying a voltage like this so that the anode is positive with respect to the cathode. And this is the, you can see that at the depletion layer, you are having a higher concentration of the minority carriers, that is the holes. So you can see that when you apply a voltage where the anode is positive with respect to cathode, you are having the forward bias condition. And the forward bias condition, there is a huge concentration of the holes in the N side. Or we can say that the minority carrier concentration in the N side is higher, right? And after that the recombination happens and gradually it decreases. So this we have seen. So similarly in the reverse bias condition, right? So this is the unbiased condition, and now you are applying a voltage where the anode is negative with respect to the cathode. So that is the reverse bias condition. So in the circuit point of view, if you have a circuit like this is the voltage source. So you are applying a voltage something like this. So this is the V and this is the time. You are applying a reverse voltage. You can call that as reverse voltage minus VR. So when you apply a voltage like this, the diode becomes under the reverse bias condition. And I told you the concentration of the minority carriers at the junction in the N side will be very less. In the forward bias condition, it will be high, and the reverse bias condition, it will be very less. Now the concept what we are trying to learn here is that the diode is in the unbiased condition, right? And then you are applying a forward bias condition. After some time, okay, you are applying a reverse bias condition suddenly. See here the difference in this circuit is that, see here it is in the unbiased condition, you are applying a forward bias voltage. Okay, after that the circuit continues to function and you are turning off, and then the diode comes back to the unbiased condition. So once the diode comes back to the unbiased condition, you are applying a reverse voltage. That's it. So unbiased condition, forward bias condition, then you are turning off the circuit. Again the diode comes back to the unbiased condition. From there you are applying a reverse bias voltage, and the reverse bias condition is achieved here. But here the difference is that the circuit is working in the forward bias condition, then suddenly you are applying a reverse voltage. So we have already seen what the voltage characteristic will look like. Right? So here you are applying a voltage something like this. Diode is working under a forward voltage condition, forward biasing. Suddenly at a time t, you are applying a reverse voltage. So this is the reverse recovery characteristic concept that we are trying to build on. I hope these things are very clear. Now, when suddenly a reverse voltage is applied, okay, when suddenly a reverse voltage is applied, what are you trying to do? You are actually changing the polarities, right? So here it is positive, here it is negative. Suddenly you are applying a reverse voltage. That means suddenly you are making the anode negative with respect to cathode. Anode negative with respect to cathode. So here you are shifting the voltage from this condition to this condition. But will all these characteristics suddenly shift? No. See, in the forward bias condition, I already told you there is a large concentration of minority carriers in the N side. And in the reverse biased condition, there is a very small current which is flowing. Because of that, less amount of minority carriers. And that current is called reverse saturation current. That we have already seen. But that condition was here. That condition was here. But now what you have done, you have applied a reverse voltage, but the minority carrier concentration is very high. Why? Because just a moment before the diode was in the forward bias condition. Okay, so we'll just write down that point here. Okay, so in this condition, that means in the forward bias condition, if suddenly a reverse voltage is applied, suddenly a reverse voltage is applied, we are in a condition where the diode is reverse biased. Of course, the diode is reverse biased, but has a huge concentration of minority carriers. Now, when I was teaching you the reverse bias condition, I told you the reverse saturation current depends upon the number of minority carriers which are available. Okay, and because of minority carriers available were very low, that current also was very less. But here you see there's a huge amount of minority carriers that is available. Therefore, the current which is going to flow in this condition in the reverse direction will be very, very high. Okay, so that concept I think you are very much clear. Reverse saturation current depends upon the amount of minority carriers. Now, when suddenly you are applying a reverse biased voltage from the forward bias condition, there is a large amount of minority carriers which are available, and the reverse current will flow. The reverse current that will flow will be very high because of the availability of this large amount of minority carriers. Okay, see, the amount of minority carriers available is this. Okay, but where for reverse saturation current, this was the available, very less. But now what happened? You are making it available this much amount of minority carrier. Therefore, the reverse current that now will flow will be very, very high. Okay, you know that the direction of the reverse current will be in the opposite direction, right? So our positive convention usually is that this is the positive direction of ID. Right? This is the positive direction of the diode current. Whereas the reverse current will be in the opposite direction. I already told you. The reverse current will be in the opposite direction. We can call that as IRR. So this will be the condition here. Now, for any diode, you know that we can write a equivalent model. So the diode is usually represented by a voltage source and a series resistance, right? And this is the diode polarity, VD, and this current is ID. Okay, this voltage is called V gamma. Now, if you write a KVL for this particular equation, you know that VD will be equal to V gamma plus ID into this diode resistance RD, right? Now, when the reverse current is flowing, you see that the positive diode current and the reverse current are in the opposite direction. So, ID will be equal to minus IRR, simple sign convention. Therefore, in the reverse condition, VD will be equal to V gamma minus IRR into RD. This equation is very important. So this equation is very important. Now the question is, will this current, reverse current of very high value which I am talking, will flow continuously? No, of course it cannot flow, because the availability of minority carriers is getting exhausted because the diode is in the reverse current. Okay, so this high current which I am telling you, which is flowing in the reverse direction, will gradually decay with respect to time, because all of these holes will come into the P side, and there it will naturally go under recombination. And because it is not getting replenished, because the diode is in the reverse condition, so this current which I am talking about will gradually decrease. Okay, so that is another point that we have to write down here. So we'll just write down that point here now. So as these minority carriers pass to the P side, okay, so like this, from these minority carriers which are available pass to the P side, they become majority carriers, right? Holes in the P side is majority carrier, they become the majority carriers. Okay, and till how much this current will flow, this high value of current, the time for this is called the storage time. The amount of time for which this high current is going to flow is called the storage time. Okay, so they become majority carriers. So after a time Ts, which is called as the storage time. Storage time, this reverse current, this high value of reverse current starts decreasing. Starts decreasing. And the diode becomes fully reverse biased. Okay, and once the diode is in the reverse bias condition, what is the current that is going to flow? The reverse saturation current. And reverse saturation current starts flowing. Okay, this is a very simple understanding. So now we will just draw the characteristics of this particular concept that we have tried to learn here. See, we'll first draw the applied voltage. Okay, so this is the applied voltage here. This is T, and then we will draw another graph which is for the diode current ID. Okay, and then we will draw another graph for the diode voltage VD. Okay, so let us draw the voltage carrier. So the diode is under forward bias condition, positive voltage plus V1, and for some time, at some particular time t0, we are applying a reverse voltage, minus VR. We are applying a reverse voltage. Okay, so here you are having positive voltage, here you are having negative voltage. Now till time t0, what will be the condition we will see? So this is t0, this is also t0. Now till time t0, what is the diode current? The diode current, naturally the diode is going to be forward biased, right? So diode is going to be forward biased, so let us see the forward bias circuit. This is the forward bias circuit, right? So in this case, if this is the ID value, ID will be equal to this voltage V1 divided by R. If you are neglecting the diode voltage drop, it will be approximately V1 divided by R. Anyway, the concept is that the forward current is going to flow. So that value, let us draw it like this. So this will be the diode current ID. Okay. At time t0, what we are doing? We are applying a reverse voltage. But what we are expecting, the previous video, what did we see? We expect that the current will drop to reverse saturation current, right? The current will drop down to reverse saturation current. So it is something like this. Reverse saturation current. Now this particular diode, we are not using reverse recovery concept. We are not using. No reverse recovery concept. Okay. So this current value, you know that it is called the reverse saturation current. Okay. And let us see what is the diode voltage VD. So the diode voltage VD, you know that it is this is V gamma, this is RD, and this is ID. Okay. And this is the diode voltage VD. So till this particular point, let us assume that voltage, we can call it as say VF. Okay, we are calling that voltage VF, which will be a very, very small value. So if we find the value of VD, we can just write the equation for the VD value. So VD is equal to V gamma plus ID into RD. I already told you this is the forward bias condition. So when it is in the forward bias condition, roughly this VD will be approximately equal to V gamma. For silicon, etc., it is 0.7 volt. Okay, so we'll just draw that. So this value will be roughly V gamma. Okay. Now, when the diode is in the reverse bias condition, that is in this area, what is the current flowing? It is the reverse saturation current, and the direction of reverse saturation current is the opposite that of the forward current. Now, I have already told you when the reverse saturation current is flowing, the diode is actually in its turn off condition. So that concept is very important in drawing the VD graph during the reverse bias condition, right? So when the diode is turned off, what is the value of VD? So that is the important concept here. So when the diode is forward biased, you know that the diode is turned on. So all these conditions are under the diode turn on condition. So I'll just write it down here. So here the diode is on. And without the reverse recovery concept, when you apply a reverse voltage, the diode turns off there. So diode turns off. So the diode is off here. And when the diode is turned off, you know that the reverse saturation current will flow. Here we are discussing without reverse recovery concept. Remember that. Okay. So when the diode is turned off, you know that the diode will be acting like an open circuit, or it will offer enormous resistance towards the flow of current, or we can assume that it is a open circuit. Okay. So when this terminal is open circuited, so we'll just draw that. We will just open circuit this terminal, and now we have to find the value of VD. Okay. So here you are having the terminal. So let me just take the color. So here you are having the terminal here. Okay. So you are applying a voltage of minus VR. Okay. I could have changed the polarities, inverted the polarities, and I could have put positive VR. But it is better to follow sign convention. So we'll just keep the polarities like this, and I am applying a reverse voltage. It's more intuitive. So I am applying a voltage minus VR. So if you write a KVL around this loop, so you will get plus VD minus VR will be equal to 0. This is a simple KVL equation. So this is VD. So VD plus VR is equal to 0. Or I can write VD is equal to minus VR. So when the diode is in its turn off condition, what is the diode voltage? It is minus VR. This value. This is minus VR. So that we will draw here. So the diode voltage in its turn off condition, when the diode is turned off, that voltage will be minus VR. Diode voltage will be minus VR here. Okay. So that is the concept. So this is the all the characteristics, that is input voltage, diode current and diode voltage without reverse recovery concepts. Alright. So the first point that we have learnt is that there is a substantial reverse current, substantial amount of reverse current that flows due to the availability of minority carriers in the N side. So this is the first concept that we have seen. Second concept is that this reverse current flows till a time period of Ts, or it is also called as storage time, where Ts is called the storage time. And the third point that we have seen is that after Ts, after the storage time, the depletion layer condition is like an unbiased diode, and the reverse current starts decreasing, decreasing. Okay, I already told you. See, initially the diode is unbiased condition, so it is phi naught. Then you are doing forward bias, so it is phi naught minus phi. Then you are applying reverse voltage. In the reverse voltage, it is depletion layer is phi naught plus phi. So the movement from phi naught minus phi to phi naught plus phi, naturally the depletion layer will go through this phi naught, right? So that is what is explained here. And the reverse current starts decreasing, and the depletion layer moves towards the configuration of a reverse biased diode, right? So here you are having unbiased condition. This is the forward bias condition. At this instant you are applying a reverse bias. So again it will go to unbiased condition, then finally it will become reverse bias condition. Okay. And fourth concept is the voltage. So VD is equal to V gamma plus ID into RD. This is for the forward bias condition. VD is equal to V gamma minus IRR into RD. This is for the reverse bias condition or the reverse current flow situation. Okay. So this is what we have seen. So now we will draw all these graphs once again so that this concept becomes properly etched inside your mind. Okay. So in power electronics, I already told you, you draw the graph how much ever time you can. Because every time you draw the graph fresh like this, the concept will be sticking inside your mind properly. So this is time t. This is your applied voltage V. Okay. And next, this is the time t. This is the diode current ID. And third here, this is the voltage Vd. Okay. Now, the applied voltage initially forward bias positive voltage plus V1. At time t0, you are switching the voltage to reverse bias condition. So this voltage you can call it as minus VR. Okay. So here you are having forward voltage, here you are having reverse voltage. So this T0 will draw down like this. T0. This is also T0 here. Now the ID value. So ID value already we have seen. The ID value will be a forward current. We can draw the forward current like this. Okay, this forward current IF we can call it as. So this is V1 divided by R. Roughly it is equal to V1 divided by R here. Now you see, in the reverse current, reverse bias condition, you know that the large amount of current is going to flow, right? Large amount of reverse current is going to flow. Why? Because the availability of minority carriers in the N side. So in this condition, by using reverse recovery concept, by using reverse recovery concept, you can see that a large amount of current will be suddenly flowing in the reverse direction because of the availability of the minority carriers in the N side. So this value will be considerable. It will be a very high value like this. So this current is IRR in the opposite direction. This current will flow till a time which is called storage time, right? So this value from here to here is TS. After this storage time, this current value will start decreasing. And finally it will come to what value? The diode is fully reverse biased, and when the diode is fully reverse biased, what is the current value? Reverse saturation current. So it will be decreasing and finally it will come to reverse bias condition. So this is reverse saturation current here. Okay, and let us draw the Vd value. Now drawing the Vd graph is quite straightforward. So when the diode is forward biased, I told you the diode is on. Right? The diode is in the on condition. So just like the previous example, the voltage drop across the diode will be V gamma. Okay, so we'll just put that here. So the voltage across the diode will be V gamma. So that is this point here. So after the point T0, you are applying a reverse voltage, right? You are applying a reverse voltage of minus VR. In the previous case, without reverse recovery concept, the diode turned off at this particular point. But now the diode is not turning off. The diode is still in its on condition, but it is allowing a current to flow in the opposite direction. The forward bias current, this was the diode current value, and that value was equal to, roughly we can tell that will be the applied voltage V1 divided by R. Approximately it will be this value here. But now when the reverse voltage is applied, a huge amount of current is flowing in the opposite direction. Look at the polarity, it is in the opposite direction, right? So here the diode is on, the diode is not off, the diode is on, but the current is flowing in the opposite direction like this. This is the direction of current. The forward current is in from left to right, the reverse current is from right to left. Okay, so in this case we can actually see the voltage drop easily here. So we will draw the equivalent circuit for this diode. So this is your V gamma, this is your V gamma, and this is your resistance of the diode RD, and now the current is flowing in the opposite direction. The current is flowing in the opposite direction. So it is a simple equation that you can use. I already told you Vd will be equal to, based on this polarity, the voltage across these two elements, Vd will be equal to V gamma plus Id into Rd. So it is a basic KVL. But when the reverse current is flowing, that reverse current is in the opposite direction as compared to the forward diode current. So in this case, only in this particular case, ID value is equal to minus IRR. ID value will be equal to minus IR. So Vd will be equal to V gamma minus IRR into Rd. Okay, and this IRR is a very significant amount of value. So you can clearly see, initially it was V gamma. Okay, you are applied reverse voltage, but the diode is not turning off here. Diode is conducting in the opposite direction. So here the diode was on. Here also the diode is on due to the reverse recovery. Diode is on, but the current is flowing in the opposite direction. You can clearly see now Vd value has dropped by this value of IRR into Rd. Initially it was V gamma, now it is V gamma minus IRR into Rd. So that value will drop. Okay, it will drop by a small value. So we can just draw it like this. So this is V gamma. Now the value will drop like this. Okay, and the value at this particular point will be V gamma minus IRR into RD. Okay, so that is the simple idea. Now after a particular time, which I have already told you, which is called the storage time, what will happen? This diode current will start decreasing. That is, the reverse recovery current will start decreasing, right? And once it reaches this value, which is the reverse saturation current, you know that the diode has turned off, right? The diode has actually turned off. So if you try to plot this graph, you can see from this point onwards, the diode is turned off, right? Beyond this point, we can call this time, say, T. T2, let us call it as T2. Beyond this point T2, this diode has turned off, right? Here it is in the process of turning off. So here the diode is fully turned off, because once reverse saturation current is flowing, it means the diode is turned off. Diode is off. And once the diode is off, what is the voltage? We are already seeing. Once the diode is off, the voltage will be minus VR, right? Voltage will be minus VR. So here from this point onward, the voltage will be minus VR. That is, the diode voltage will be minus VR. So from here to here, you are having a transition. So that we can just plot it like this. Okay, so this is the transition, right? The voltage is going towards minus VR. So now this is a idealized concept actually. The deviation from a practical diode, even in this case, is that, see here, the current has suddenly dropped to minus IRR, right? From ID, when you are applying reverse voltage, it has suddenly gone to minus IRR. But actually in a practical diode, this will gradually happen, like because some of a phenomenon which is called as parasitic inductance, this will gradually happen. This movement from ID to minus IRR will gradually happen. That we will see in the next video, right? So today the concept that we saw was reverse recovery concept and various graphs associated with this. So I hope you have understood today's video. So till I see in the next video, it's me Varun signing off, and have a great day. Thank you. Now that the video is over, please stay with me for 30 more seconds. Now the vision of this channel is to create a repository of good quality videos with crystal clear explanation regarding various topics related to electrical engineering. Now if you want to help me spread the word, please share this video with anyone interested in these topics. The second thing is that for me, education is a two-way process. Therefore, if you have any doubts or suggestions regarding any of the videos or regarding the channel, please put them in the comments below. We can have a healthy discussion, and that way we can build a strong community of electrical engineers. So that's it for today's video. So till I see you in the next time, it's me Varun signing off, and have a great day. Thank you.